Colonel Timothy Lee, commander of the 466 Air Expeditionary Group in Afghanistan. It is my honor and privilege to serve America's Joint Expeditionary Task and Individual Augmentee Airmen. Together they represent 1,500 airmen across 132 AFSCs at 52 geographically separate locations. They literally underwrite the success of ground component commanders across the AOR. Today, our airmen are embedded in every critical combat support process in Operation Enduring Freedom. My airmen represent the Air Force's greatest competitive advantage, and these are some of their stories.
To me, it's a chance to step completely outside of my lane in the Air Force and use the technical expertise that the Air Force has given me to actually, boots on ground, make a difference in our war in Afghanistan.
Well, JET Airmen obviously is a Joint Expeditionary Tasking Airman, but to me it stands for an opportunity to learn. This is my third experience working in a joint environment, and I've learned something every time.
To me, being a JET Airman means working with the wide variety of services and units. It's basically on a day-to-day basis working with the Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy.
Basically, we're airmen that joins with other branches and come together to support a mission.
I work in OBGYN with pregnant women, gynecology. So out here, I get to do the crazy combat medic stuff, go on convoys, save lives. I mean, we do that every day, but out here, it's the real deal.
The normal everyday EOD job at home is a lot of training, it's a lot of logistics, being prepared to deploy, and here we get to just do the job. We get to go out and blow stuff up, take care of IEDs, and get into trouble. But this is the real thing, and this is what we like to do.
I'm a munitions inspector. Basically, we make sure that the munitions are good, that go on the aircraft. Over here, I basically had to forget everything about my Air Force job and relearn the entire system, the actual Army system of how to do things, which is the basic ammo ordering and accountability process that the Afghans are using now.
Back home, I'm a bench level scientist working on high temperature materials. Deployed here as the JCAT assessor, I have a more immediate operational impact by analyzing aircraft battle damage and providing timely and relevant intel to theater commanders so that they're able to make decisions and mitigate risk when flying assets.
My normal everyday job back at home consists of EPRs, re-enlistments, things of the administrative career field. But coming here, I'm actually holding a weapon, doing guardian angel duty, protecting my fellow brothers and sisters, having an awesome time doing it. I actually get to learn things in the battle space that normal airmen in my career field don't have the opportunity to do. And that means the world to me that I actually get to do that, to have the opportunity to do so.
Working with various different organizations and different branches of the military has actually helped me to become a better NCO as a leader. Taking my talents from what I've learned from the Air Force and being able to utilize that into this JET tasking, it's very rewarding.
Actually, working with the Army has been an awesome experience for me. They know food service really well, so the Army has actually provided a lot of insight, and it's helped out a lot.
Being here working with the Army has been nothing but a positive experience. I have nothing but respect as an Air Force member being embedded with these guys and girls here. At first it was a little difficult to explain what it is that I offer to the fight as an Air Force member, but once we all got on the same page, it has been a very rewarding experience.
Working with the Army is definitely a challenge. I have great leadership here, and the Army NCOs, they realize being part of Air Force, the lifestyles are a little different, so it goes both ways. We try just as hard as they do to complete the mission.
It's important to have JET Airmen because we bring a new side of the service to the plate. We're able to take some of the things that we learned as Air Force engineers over to the Army.
It's important for us to have JET Airmen because, yes, we are filling an Army spot. Without us, they can't get the mission done. We may be the Air Force, but we still have to work together to get that mission done. So it doesn't matter what branch of service we are, we're still a family. We're still one team, one fight. So they still need us.
I think it's important to have JET Airmen to really give the Army a chance to see that we can come in and do the job and maybe do it in a different way, bring in a different perspective.
It's important because, one, we're in the fight. An engineer unit is an engineer unit. It doesn't matter whether it's a CB, it doesn't matter whether it's an engineer brigade or platoon or a prime beef squadron or a red horse squadron. We're all engineer units. We all have a piece in this fight.
I guess what I've learned, or should I say, what I've relearned being here is being a family. Being blessed of being part of this unit, having the team members that I have, made me feel like I was part of a brotherhood again. Made me feel like I was part of a team again. I think a lot of that diminishes throughout time when you're in the Air Force. When you're in certain career fields, it gets very minute, it gets tedious, monotonous, and you just need that broken up every now and then, whether it be a deployment, whether it be, you know, part of a unit that has a brotherhood. And EOD, they're like a brotherhood, and it's an honor to be a part of them.
I've learned several amazing things from being here. Probably first and foremost, a lot about myself. Like I said, we work very demanding hours. It's very tasking, all the things we do, going back and forth, getting the food, putting the food away. So I've learned a lot about myself, what I'm capable of. It also is a strain mentally as well, just how much you can endure. But it's well worth it. And I've also learned how to operate a Bobcat, which I didn't know how to do. So I can unload food now and stuff like that. And also to drive a stick shift, because I learned when I was younger when I first started out driving, but now we pick up our locals with the standard bus. So I learned how to drive a stick shift too.
I've learned, I think, this deployment more than ever, what it takes to be a leader. I have two fantastic NCOs on my team, but they are 100% completely different. And it took me a bit to figure out that I cannot deal with those guys the same way, and they respond to things differently. But you know, the best part about it is that as different as we all are, you know, our team is by far the best, you know, in my opinion, that I've ever worked with. You know, we just gelled really well together at Cobra, and we continue to.
I like what I do as a JET Airman or as an advisor because it has honestly changed my life forever. Like the experience that I've had here, not only with the Afghans, but with our sister services in the military, have changed me professionally and have changed me personally to be touched, my life be touched by the Afghans. It's just, I don't know, it's an experience that I tried to do for 3 years because I heard about it and I wouldn't trade it for the world.